If you love quilts that are absolutely just world classic design, beauty, and just are showstoppers, this quilt checks all of those boxes. This is called Aviary, and this has been designed by two women actually in concert, two extremely talented women. Bonnie Sullivan, you've heard me say her name. She makes all this beautiful Woolies flannel and so many of the flannels from Maywood Studio. And Dawn Heese. This is a magical partnership of two women that have designed Aviary. And if you're thinking, I saw a quilt like that recently, you did. It was called Folk Art Sampler. And it was, again, this just stunning design, nature and birds and beauty and just saturated, beautiful flannel. And that sold out just within days. And so when I saw Aviary by, again, Bonnie and Dawn, I said, pick us. I really want to be able to offer that. Well, they've had their time with that quilt, and we now have our time with this. And this is a special opportunity. Until 2026, this pattern will be exclusively available from Shabby Fabrics, thanks to Bonnie and Dawn. We've all had a chance to collaborate. And they know we wholeheartedly put our hearts into coloring the quilt using all of Bonnie's beautiful flannels. And that's what you're seeing here. So this Block of the Month quilt is just something you're going to cherish forever. Those quilts that we make that are throw together patchwork stuff, I have a cabinet full of them. Those are quilts that, yeah, they're fun, they're functional. I throw them in the washer and the dryer, but they're not an heirloom like these quilts are. The design is stunning. The fabrics just really accentuate the incredible design. But then to take it even further, these two amazing women have added so many beautiful embellishment and design to this quilt to take it to another level. So you're like, okay, how do I get up to be a part of this? That's a great question to ask, and here's the answer. You're able to head to the website now to reserve your spot in this program. And we just picked a beautiful black flannel for the back. This applique is all pre-fused and laser cut for you. You can imagine just this would be so much work to trace and cut all of that out. You can forget that. That's done for you. Again, thank you to Bonnie and Dawn for allowing us to provide you with that incredible convenience. This is actually a lot of work for our team to do all of this. Fusible webbing on the back of it, get it perfectly cut, get our collating assemble teams to put your kit together just perfectly, arriving to you each month so that you have your backroom fabrics, you have all of your applique, you have your pattern, and you can get started. As we know, whenever we have prefused laser cut applique and we iron those shapes down, that's just temporary. That's to get us over to the sewing machine to stitch that down with, in this case, a sulky 12-weight thread. I'm always amazed at the beauty of the 12-weight thread and how affordable the sulky 12-weight thread set is. So while that is an incredible array of thread, the price point still amazes me that sulky can continue to deliver such an incredible product to us. 100% cotton at such an amazing price. So don't let that one pass you by. That's what we're using to stitch all the shapes down to the background. But what about all these beautiful variegated threads that you're seeing really around the quilt? That's this thread set here. In all of the stitches that are in here are included in the Embroidery and Crazy Quilt Stitch Tool. Also, when we offered Folk Art Sampler, Tammy did a full tutorial on covering those stitches. If you are just a visual person and you want to see how she did that, you can of course check that out. That video is still on our YouTube and you can check out and follow along with Tammy. Very much the same stitches in this. There's other notions on the table, and that is what we use to put this project together. Let me call your attention to the ones that are really key, and that is definitely the light box is number one. We went into a room, turned the lights way down and the light box way up with our black flannel background with the diagram underneath so we could see, and it's still difficult to see, where to put each of these laser shapes. And anytime there's multiple layers coming together, such as the wing of our beautiful dove, or perhaps here, or some of the more layered things. We have the chest, the body, the beak, and the wing, more things. That's when we love to be able to use the applique mat to merge all of those layers together as one. So when you do move that onto the background, just one thing is coming out of the background. It's a really nice process. The other thing I want to call your attention to is really this outer border here. What this is actually a series of flying geese section. And you can imagine these borders need to click together like a puzzle in order to fit the left, right, top, and bottom. How do we do that? With the assistance of the Ultimate Flying Geese by Creative Grid. I don't even attempt to make flying geese the way I used to. They were hit and miss at best. This is the way to be able to make just perfect flying geese. So when you're sewing them together with a nice, honest quarter and seam allowance, everything just clicks together. So those are really, I would say, some of your most significant notions on the table. And of course, we always love to be able to use any square up tool like the Ultimate Flying Geese in combination with a spinning mat. That way we're not lifting up our fabric or potentially making a dangerous cut back toward our body. Tammy mentioned that her favorite marking tool throughout this process of us making this here in our sewing studio was actually the Clover marking tools. It has a white, pink, and blue in the set. And she definitely said just before she left the video room, make sure you let people know that this marking set just really was a top performer in this project. So that is a message from Tammy. And of course, other things on the table you might need. Of course, other rulers and other things to be able to make some of the hourglass blocks. We also have a little bit of patchwork up here, a little bit of half square triangles, but these really are the keys here. And of course, there's other notions you might need. Needles, definitely needing a bigger needle to be able to compensate for the hand embroidery. So if you don't have some needles, just check those out. And if that makes sense, add those to your cart when you check out. The most important thing, and I say it every time because it's true, is getting your spot in the program. We had to make a guess. This was a lot of a deep, beautiful black flannel that we ordered along with the beautiful fabrics to create the applique. So if this one speaks to your heart and you want an heirloom quilt hanging in your house or perhaps an extraordinary gift for a couple or whatever the occasion might be, grab your spot in this program. Your backing, of course, grab the thread sets, any notions you might need, and subscribe. This is how you are the first to know about opportunities like this and so much more. I'll see you soon.